What's up, everybody? I'm Sly The Movie Guy, and here's my movie review on Black Panther, directed by Coogler, the director of Fruitvale Station and Creed, and starring Chadwick Boseman and Michael B. Jordan, and the other cast and crew. And this is the 18th Marvel film. Wow, Marvel has given us a lot of films in it, in the MCU. A lot, and a lot. So we're getting deeper in the universe. That sounds exciting. After the death of his father, T'Challa returns home to the African nation of Wakanda to take his rightful place as king. When a powerful enemy suddenly reappears, T'Challa meddles as king, and as Black Panther gets tested when he's drawn into a conflict that puts the fate of Wakanda and the entire world at risk. Faced with treachery and danger, the young king must rally his allies and release the full power of Black Panther to defeat his foes and secure the safety of his people. Now, this means a lot to me because I've been a Black Panther fan for all my life. I mean, my dad taught me about the character. I read the comic books. My dad gave me information about the character because something about this character interests me because I was a Spider-Man and a Batman and Superman fan back then and other characters. And when I got introduced to Black Panther, I thought this character was very interesting. So looking at, I looked at the cartoons where he appeared in, like the Avengers 2, some sequel to the original cartoon, and he was in the 90s Fantastic Four, which is a lot of fun. I hope we could get a Fantastic Four in the future with Black Panther, hopefully. But I've been reading, rereading stuff on the internet that it supposed to be a Black Panther movie in the 90s, as well in the early 2000s. Been mentioned before, but never got off the ground to be on the big screen. But then when the MCU kind of started, years and years later, when Black Panther got in it, and we heard it was going to be a movie, then I heard it was going to get made, but didn't know who was going to be a director. In 2015, toward 2016, I saw a report saying Ron Coogler was going to direct Black Panther. I was surprised because he did good with Fruitvale Station, but Creed, he did phenomenal in. And he's a young director. I think he's in his early 30s, early 30s, I think 31, 32. Don't know for sure. He's a young director, so that's kind of like he's doing good at a young director's age. So that's big honor to him. That's good honors to him doing it at a young age like that. And to see him do it again with Black Panther is special because he knocks it out of the park. He's 3 for 3. Black Panther is a good movie. It's a good movie. I have some issues with it, but overall, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. And what I mean by that is we get to learn what T'Challa is about. We get to learn more about his character. We get to learn more of how he has to learn how to become king. And when we learn that about him, we learn that it's not easy. We learn that it's hard to become king for him. The way he has to accomplish that is not an easy task to do. Like he has to go through a battle during the middle of the film. And we learn that. And when he becomes king, we learn that when he talks to his relatives or something like that, his ancestors, that's when it gets really deep. This film is one of the deepest Marvel films. And I think Marvel understood that to not retrend some of the stuff from the MCU. Nothing against the MCU. The MCU films have shown different style of their films, like The Winter Soldier and other films like that, etc. We learned that Black Panther is a totally different. Marvel didn't redo as a hero have to save the world, which that is, but it gave it another meaning of what it means to be a hero of Black Panther. We get to learn that, and that hits me really hard when I see that in film. This film floored me. I actually was shocked. I had to understand. I was in utter shock when this movie shocked me of how the moral of it is. And we learned that where T'Challa and these other Africans have to learn what's going on in Wakanda, what the battles, what's going on. They have to look for the dangers. It ain't just one person, which it is. He's one person, but everybody's concerned. Ron Coogler made every character in this film important. And that's what I like about it. Like, like all the characters are very important in this film. He made that so we can understand. And when we get to the characters, we get to the casting of these other actors. Like Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa and Black Panther, he does phenomenal. He does it again. He knocks it out of the park as this character. He just, his acting ability and the accent he gives is so phenomenal. He's right now the brightest acting stars right now, the youngest stars. He did well in this film. Give him thumbs up. He did a good performance. As well as the casting in this film did well. Like to Letitia Wright as Shuri did a phenomenal job. She does good as the young sister that kind of gets on Black Panther, on T'Challa a whole lot. I like that chemistry. I actually do, because that actually looks like that in real life when you see that older brother and a younger sister get into it. That actually works. And speaking of other characters, Lupita Nyong'o and Danai Gurira as Nakia and Okoye, they were good, especially Danai Gurira. Her as Okoye she was a badass. Every scene she's in, she stole. Her lines, her delivery on lines, the action in the film, the action she does in the film is pitch perfect. She was a good other characters, the side characters that was so good that just shocked me on the film. I just wanted more. She had good screen time on the film. That's what I'll get to. When we get to see her as a character and Nakia, we learn that they are just important just as Black Panther. We get to learn that more. And when we go through that and we go through these characters, we get to see that and see how they inform, how they give us this information of what they got to do in their duties to protect Wakanda. And that one leads in when Black Panther is concerning what's going on when he see other villains. And when he goes through that, he's going through the things to say what's going on in the city. And then that's when we get to other scenes in the movie, what we see. When we go through like a scene with the casino scene, if you've seen from the trailers, we learn that they like spies. And this almost feel like a spy movie at times. This almost feel like they got to search and everything involved with Wakanda. And then forgot to mention this, and I'll get back to this. When I see that when he faces in the waterfall scene, that was so good. If you seen that in the trailers, that part where they fighting in the water scene, that scene, those scenes were so spectacular. They were good. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Those were the moments I couldn't believe. I'm not gonna spoil it. If you haven't seen the film, just see it. You know what I'm talking about. It had a meaning. Every action scene in this movie had a meaning. That's what I like. Everything, each scene had like a meaning and it was deep. And then the casino scene, it was so deep. It was so deep. Something about it where Black Panther searching for stuff to find out what these villains are up to. What Louisa Claw was doing in this film, played by Andy Serkis, which gives a great performance. I actually enjoy his performance. It might be a little over, could probably over top, but to me, I didn't feel like it. I think Andy Serkis is a very underrated actor. Him as Ulysses Claw was totally great. He was so good. I like Andy Serkis. I'm a big Andy Serkis fan from this other films he played in. So I'm not gonna go on about him. He just did so good. And everything in this film just worked. Every character, it ain't like you can like one character. You can like the protagonist and the antagonist in this film. And that's when we get to our villain, Killmonger. Michael B. Jordan as the antagonist of Eric Killmonger is speechless. This is one of the best Marvel villains since Loki. And the reason why I say that is we can get to care for Killmonger. We care for this character. Because whatever happened, because they give us a backstory of his childhood as a child and as a character. We get to see that in this film. we get to see that, and you actually get behind him, even though he's killing people. We can get behind him, and then later on we get to learn T'Challa too, and him, because T'Challa also has a thing where his relatives in the past have done stuff in the past that was wrong, and Killmonger family was involved in that, but we can get behind him because what happened to his family. So we learned that too in this film. We learned so much out of that. And we learned that these two have pros and cons in their life. But Chadwick Boseman can't help that as T'Challa, because look what has happened to him. He's trying to do the right things, but he don't know that the other people have done wrong. And Killmonger wants what's right for him, but he's doing it wrong. So there's things that's kind of not done right. And these two are trying to have what they want to make their life better. But that's when things we see that. And this film nailed that on every level. They nailed it. This movie hits on every level of the comic book, and it does well. I can't get over it. This movie was so good. Everything from the movie was so good. I just love the storyline, how deep it can get. This is one of the deepest Marvel films they ever done. I can't believe how they just made it so good. I was just floored with this movie. This movie hit on so many levels, and to see when T'Challa meets his relatives in that scene, towards the middle to the third act, I couldn't believe it. It just hit me right here. It was just, some of the lines were just hitting. And there's some humor in this film too. Let me mention the humor. When we meet one of the characters, Winston Duke as Baku, oh, you best believe you're going to have fun with Winston Duke as Baku. Him as Baku was just a total blast. They give him one of the best scenes. I forgot to mention that early. Winston Duke as Baku, it was just, I probably mentioned it about 2 times right now. He was just good. One of the lines in this film you get a big laugh at. It was just so funny. I just laughed. The humor actually is good in this film. It's not like the over-the-top comedy. The humor hit at the right moment. That's all I wanted to say. That humor in that movie was just so great. I just like the humor. As far as overall for the flaws, I had a problem with one of the beginning action scene. I wanted to see in the beginning. That was just one of them I had, and there's one of the fight scenes towards the third act was like a little cartoony. Now I love the action overall in the film, but some of the action in the film, one of them got a little cartoon in the end. It didn't get CGI heavy, just that little part. Remind me of some other film, but I'm not going to mention that. I just enjoyed Black Panther. Overall, it's a good film. It's one of the best MCU films. Probably one of the best comic films. If we say the best comic films, this is like top 10 or top 15. But if we talking about MCU, this is top 5. And I enjoy Black Panther. For me, it's top 5. I love this film. This floored me on so many levels. And I'm going to give Black Panther a solid A in my book. Let me know in the comment section down below. Did you enjoy Black Panther? What do you think? Tell me what you think. Where you rank it in the MCU films, and where did you fit? And tell me. I just want to know. I want to know how much did Black Panther impact you? Tell me in your opinions, please, on the comment section down below. And as always, if you like this video, click thumbs up, or if you're new to the channel, click subscribe. Now I can see you next time on Sly the Movie Guy. Peace.